First, magpa-fangirl muna ako. Iyan, I'm so happy to see you. I'm a fan since gusto kita with all my hypothalamus. My God. So, my first question is to Sir Kenneth and Direk Nicolas Red. Ano po yung thought process or yung creative process niyo po in doing the concept of Post House?
Well, okay, to clarify, no, parang actually tatlo kaming writers, no, sa
Yes.
film na to. Each of the writers parang came in into a specific phase of the project, no. Siyempre ako yung pinakauna when I thought of it. This was parang nabuo ko tong concept na to back during ng pandemic pa. And so yung pinaka parang iteration ng Post House, syempre, it was a lot smaller, no. Parang ang thought process ko nun was how to make a film na medyo madaling i-shoot in one contained location with minimal actors. Of course, kasi we were thinking of yung parameters of doing a film during a pandemic. Pero I mean, fortunately, no, after the pandemic, medyo nag-open up na rin. Though may limitations pa rin ng filmmaking, mas naging, kumbaga, mas dumami yung parang opportunities or to make a bigger film, no? More ambitious film. So, when I wrote the first draft, pinakita ko siya to a few people. No? One of them actually is being Malu Santos.
Oh.
Yung star before. Tapos, even, nung time rin na yan, student rin ako ng Ricky Lee workshop. So, nakapag-consult rin ako with Sir Ricky. No? And I think, doon nabuo yung parang, yung family aspect ng Post House. No? I think doon yung mas naging, mas heartfelt yung story about, you know, a father and daughter. I think yung first iteration was really just an editor working alone. So, other than that, no, it was a little bit more art house before, mas experimental. Pero syempre parang throughout yung mga later drafts, no, medyo mas naging tinay ko mas maging mainstream in a way. But parang syempre as a parang, you know, I wrote screenplays before, pero as a director, I felt na maybe, you know, having someone on board rin who actually directed horror films, ang laking tulong siguro nun, like in crafting mga certain scenes and film language. And that's where, yun nga, well, I happen to know Yana rin, who knew Kenneth rin, no? So parang we thought na, you know, why not get Kenneth on board? I've seen his film, actually edited the trailer ng film niya, yung In My Mother's Skin, yeah. In My Mother's Skin, which is a horror film na. Yeah, ikaw, Kenneth, ano?
I think coming into the project, I think late na kasi ako pumasok. Hindi man late, but nasa, like, let's say, phase 3. But coming to the project, reading the script, it was so clear what Nico wanted to make, like what kind of horror even, and what the message he wants to tell. I mean, it's so clear na personal. And while I think there's a back and forth, magsusulat ako, ibibigay ko sa kanya. And it was so clear, at least for me, kung ano yung gusto niyang gawin na pelikula. And I think dun ako, na-enjoy ko yung batuhan with Nikas because it's easier for me to, okay, gets, ito yung gusto mo kind of films, ito yung gusto mo message, and how we make the script for that. And I think it worked naman. So,
Thank you. CJ,
Yes. For my last question is that, Direk, kung bibigyan ka ng chance to restore a classic horror Filipino film, ano po ito at bakit?
On the spot.
I don't know, sorry, I mean, again, syempre yung mga very old silent films yung what the film is about, no? But sadly nga, none of them have been recovered. And that actually gave us the room, no, to reimagine what a silent horror film would look like. Pero if I were to, you know, remake, syempre ayoko naman mabastusan yung director or anything. And I also think na baka may mga ma-offend na luma na pala tong film na to. Pero yung LRT actually, Shake Rattle.
Oh!
Like one of my best, parang favorite horror films.
Yeah.
Parang, either, you know, a sequel or, you know, I wouldn't want to do a remake kasi okay na yung film as itself. Maybe a prequel or a sequel.
Thank you,
gusto ko
Derek.
i-homage somehow in a future project.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you. So, next question.